Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I am the Awakened Empath, and today we are talking about the book that every empath needs on their shelf, and that is The Empath's Survival Guide by Dr. Judith Orloff. This book came highly recommended to me from somebody in a Facebook group for empaths, and I got it from Amazon within a couple days and was able to read through it pretty quickly because I just found it to be an absolute lifesaver. So why this book came about for me to start reading is because I went to a function with family members and I got really sick. I was feeding off of the energy in the room. It was making me extremely uncomfortable. I tend to get issues in my solar plexus, so my stomach area, if I feel that there is uncomfortable energy going on in a room. And I was just so uncomfortable, and I left the function early. I felt horrible. I made my boyfriend leave early, and that's always awkward when you're leaving a social function early. So we left early, and the whole ride home I just felt completely defeated by the fact that we had to leave because I was physically ill over what I couldn't really tell at the time. I kind of knew that there was energy issues between two people there, but it just wasn't clear to me. So I posted on this Facebook group asking for advice. Like, hey, what is going on? Does anyone think this is something? Could I have protected myself better? What should I be doing? Because at this point I was really new to shielding, protection, and I just didn't know what was going on. And pretty quickly I got a DM from somebody, and she's like, look, you need this book because you sound like me. So I immediately picked it up off of Amazon, got it within a couple days and read through it, and it was just one of the best things. So again, we'll put this up here, The Empath's Survival Guide. And so with this book, I am not sponsored, but I love what Judy Orloff is doing. I think she's really great. In the book, she talks to you as if she's kind of a friend of yours, just giving you advice, and you can tell that she really cares about her readers and the people that she's helping. A little bit about her: she specializes in treating empaths and sensitive people in private sessions as a psychiatrist. So clearly she knows what she's doing. She's got the medical background, but she also has that real life experience that she's an empath, so she knows what you're going through and she knows what signs and symptoms that she should be looking for. And so in the book, she goes through signs and symptoms, how to tell if you're an empath. There's a survey at the beginning that will kind of gauge like how in tune are you with your gift. And then it also goes into, okay, are you a physical empath or an emotional empath? So are you picking up on the physical, like the physical symptoms that you feel when things are uncomfortable, or do you just emotionally leave an event drained, tired, just flat out exhausted? So she goes through and kind of talks about those features. A couple things that I found really interesting were, one, empaths and addiction. Empaths are highly likely to become addicted to substances, whether it is drugs, alcohol, relationships, food. Really, it can be anything because you're trying to block out those emotions with something else, right? So drug users use drugs because it helps them feel high. They don't really feel emotions during that time. Food addiction. That one blew me away. I have been overweight my entire life. I have constantly struggled with overeating, and it's emotional. I get stressed out, I want to eat. I'm excited, I want to eat. I have a fight with somebody. It doesn't matter what it is. I turn to, what kind of food can I pick up? So reading this book, it was a major eye-opener to look at and know, wow, like other people struggle with this too. It's not just me. And she goes through and she talks about how historically empaths are healers, and healers have said that they carry the extra weight as a protector. It's a buffer between you and other people to kind of absorb that energy. And I just thought it was absolutely fascinating to hear about. A couple other chapters, she goes over empaths, love, and sex, why sex can be difficult for empaths, and being in relationships to begin with. Not that we're afraid of commitment, but just the fact that you're sharing somebody's energy space so closely, it can really impact you. One of the best chapters for me also was protecting yourself from narcissists and energy vampires. There are real life vampires out there, and if you are an empath, you know what I'm talking about. So empaths in work, empaths intuition, perceptions, and lastly, the gift of being an empath. Additionally, she does go over empaths and parenting, and the fact that for an empath, it can be a really big deal that you are choosing to have a child, because you're gonna have that deep connection with them, and you're gonna kind of be the over-the-top parent. You could be that helicopter mom. Nobody wants to be that way, but as an empath, you're more likely to want to be there and shelter them. And so she talks about the importance of kind of knowing when to draw a boundary and let your kids kind of fly free. So for me, my key takeaways in this book was number one, protection, protection, protection. Shield yourself before you leave the house. And yes, protection, I'm not talking about sexual. I am talking about taking 5 to 15 minutes before you leave the house to meditate. Envision yourself I've heard it explained two ways. So one is envision yourself in an egg. You are in an egg, and all of that negative energy is just going to bounce off that shell. Anybody trying to throw shade your way, trying to give their opinions to you, you've got that egg around you. The other way, which I think is way more fun, is to picture yourself in a disco ball. So we all know that disco ball's got those mirrors. So picture yourself enclosed in a disco ball. So when you go out in public, if there are people going through things around you, that energy is just bouncing off those mirrors back to them. I think that's a really fun way. And I have found that to be so helpful to, even if I'm like in the car getting anxious about going somewhere, being in the car, thinking about that. If like I'm the passenger, obviously be safe if you're driving, but passenger, thinking about how I'm enclosed in my bubble, my personal space, and nobody is going to break that, really has just been a huge help for me to think about. I have a difficult time in grocery stores. I think it's the energy of the people in the store shopping. We know that times are hard out there today, so people shopping might be struggling with, how am I going to pay for this? What should I be picking? There's a lot of choices when you're in a grocery store. And for me, for whatever reason, it just stresses me out. It sounds like the stupidest little thing, and I know a lot of people out there are probably like, come on, seriously, the grocery store? But yes, I have a difficult time with the grocery store, and I own that. And Instacart has become my best friend, and I accept that. Thank you to the Instacart shoppers out there that are doing my shopping. I greatly appreciate you. So then the next topic that was really, really helpful, cutting the cord. So let's say you are at work. We know there are energy vampires at work. There are those people that just come to you and they dump all that stuff out on you, and then you're left sitting there like, what just happened? They complained about their boss, they complain they have too much work, complain. It's coming from all sides. They leave, and now you're left. What do? Envision that there is a cord from you to them, and it's linking you. Then look kind of internally and say, thank you for the lessons I have learned from this relationship, and envision yourself cutting that cord between the two of you. Just taking those couple seconds to kind of sit back and recognize, okay, I don't need any of that residual energy sitting with me, and envisioning yourself cutting the cord between you and that person will help you kind of calm down and rethink the situation and what is going on. The next thing I want to talk about, your physical symptoms. Judy Orloff talks about how if you are an empath who feels the physicalness of the emotions around you, you are going to have physical symptoms, and you are not crazy. I am one of those people. I have gone to doctors and said, I'm having aches and pains. I'm having trouble sleeping at night. My stomach cramping, constant. It doesn't matter if I'm eating a fresh whole foods diet. It doesn't matter what I do. If I do not like the energy of somebody, I will get sick. Before I realized what being an empath was and that physical symptoms could come from this energy, I would go to the doctor and they'd be like, lose weight. That was pretty much the only thing that they came up with. I did have one APRN that I argued with because he tried telling me that I was depressed. No, I am not depressed. That is not the issue here. Reading this book made me realize, no, I am having physical symptoms because I was letting too much crap in. Through meditation, through protecting myself, shielding, through cutting the cord with these negative energies, I am slowly getting rid of those physical symptoms. So I want you to know it is possible to heal yourself, to work on yourself and get rid of those symptoms. It may not be easy and you may not get rid of all of them because obviously there are diseases out there and different things that are causing these issues, but you can at least make them a little better and more bearable in the meantime until you really figure out what it is. Do not let a doctor tell you what is wrong with you unless it feels right. You know your body. Use your intuition as an empath. You know when something is wrong, and I can't stress that enough. Pay attention to what you feel you need. Next, really important one. We talked earlier about how I went to that party and I was really uncomfortable and I left and I felt super guilty about leaving. It doesn't matter. If you are uncomfortable, leave. You have to. It is in your best interest. If your body does not like, your soul does not like the energy that you are in, you have to remove yourself. Your body and your soul know much better what you should be doing. So do it. Just listen. It makes it easier for you. Your soul will be happier. It raises your vibration. Be around people that make you feel happy and excited. And I know that that is a really difficult topic. Sometimes our loved ones who helped raise us, who are family, close friends, sometimes they just don't sit well with your soul and your energy anymore. And you have to figure out, okay, do I put myself in pain or do I take care of myself? And I think it's really key that you start taking care of yourself because you are all you have. Remember that. You are all you have. Next, draw boundaries. Boundaries are super important. If someone doesn't respect your new lifestyle, maybe they're not for you. Empaths have to take care of themselves. You have to find things what makes you happy and what you enjoy doing. If somebody doesn't like the fact that, I don't know, you enjoy walking out in the grass, you like earthing, if they make fun of you for earthing, are they somebody you need in your life? If they make fun of the crystals that you're wearing around in your bra or you've got staged around the house, I don't need that negative energy, do you? No, thank you. Not interested. So let's just remember, being an empath is a gift. It truly is. We were placed on this planet to help raise the vibrations of others, to take care of the earth, to take care of animals, our loved ones. We are here for a purpose. Follow your intuition. Follow what your life's purpose is, what makes you happy, because that is all that matters. Raise your vibration. Take care of yourself. Our presence as empaths naturally helps those around us. The stronger you are as an empath and you are rooted in your wants and needs, the more we can help the world. And everyone knows the world needs help right now. Being an empath is a gift. We connect deeper to not only Mother Nature, animals, but also other human beings. We are an absolute gift. Remember that. I want you to get out there, protect yourself, speak your truth, and enjoy being in your element. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment to this video because I would love to hear what you think. Thank you.